Peace is the path to the prosperity of a nation. Let peace reign. On the news this evening. Court orders alternative service in case against police presence at Rivers Council Secretariat. Appeal court leaves order stopping Rivers PD chieftain from party meetings. Governor Fubara ends contract extensions for retired permanent secretaries. Medical students kidnapped in Benue State. On the foreign scene, Gaza ceasefire talks post to resume next week. We will go for a quick commercial break. When we return, the news in detail. Do stay tuned. Kalada Kurubatibo. A suit challenging the continuous police barricade across the 23 local government council secretariats in Rivers State came up in court today. The case was filed by an NGO known as the Initiative for Transparency for Good Governance and a Rivers indigene, Joshua Rufus, against the Inspector General of Police, State Commissioner of Police, and the Attorney General of the Federation. The Attorney General of Rivers State, Governor Siminalayi Fubara, and the Head of Service are also included in the matter. At the hearing today, Justice Muhammad Turaki issued an order to allow for the court documents to be served to the IGP and the Attorney General through substituted means. The court directed that the documents be served on the Commissioner of Police through the officer in charge of legal matters at the State Criminal Investigation Department in Rivers State. The judge also granted an order to serve court processes to the Attorney General of Rivers State, the Governor of Rivers State, and the Head of Service through the Attorney General of Rivers State. The matter was then adjourned to the 2nd of September. Correspondent Emeka Otuka reports that earlier, N.O. Onyiloku and Clarissa C. Chibike asked to be joined in the matter on behalf of the 21 former local government chairmen. The legal team of the Commissioner of Police O.M. Umana and G.A. Amadi were also in court today. In a related development, the Court of Appeal Abuja has reportedly set aside the order of a federal high court which stopped 3 Rivers PDP chieftains from attending any meeting of the party's National Executive Committee or participating in the meetings in any manner. The chieftains are the former National Chairman Uche Secondus, Celestino Mayor, and a former Deputy Speaker of the House of Representatives, Austin Okpara. A report by the Nation newspaper said a 3-member panel of the appeal court in 3 separate judgments today upheld the appeals filed by the 3 PDP chieftains. Moving on. A Lagos-based political analyst, Liboros Oshoma, says the APC National Working Committee's appeal against the judgment reinstating Emeka Beke as Rivers State Party chairman does not give them the right to disobey the court ruling. Mr. Oshoma was speaking on the legal implications of the APC NWC's continued recognition of Mr. Okocha as the caretaker committee chairman, despite the State High Court's reinstating Mr. Beke as the chairman. He spoke to correspondent Soibi Oruwari.
rise to the establishment of the caretaker committee, to which he had appealed, and the matter is still pending before the Court of Appeal. He could not wait for his own appeal at the appellate level.
Sorry, I'm wrong.
We, of course, had also
Apologies for the wrong soundbite. Mr. Oshoma also criticized the judiciary for contributing to the confusion in Rivers State's political crisis. In the meantime, the reinstated APC chairman Emeka Beke says he is not aware of any existing Court of Appeal case that involves him as it concerns the APC chairmanship position. Mr. Beke spoke to our correspondent. Rivers State Governor Siminalayi Fubara says he will no longer retain retired permanent secretaries on contract basis. Governor Fubara said this while swearing in 6 permanent secretaries recently appointed. The governor said the aim is to give room for others to grow. Governor also commended one of the appointees who declined offer from the other camp to remain with his government. But we'll go for a quick commercial break, but still to come, medical students kidnapped in Benue State. Do stay tuned. Welcome back. Now the rest of the newscast. Benue State Police say about 20 medical students have been kidnapped around Otukpo in the state. Spokesperson of the command, Sewu Ese Enene, said they were on their way to Enugu State for a program when they ran into the kidnappers. He said an investigation is on. In other news, Governor of Bayelsa State Oyedere has appealed to the Secretary General of the Commonwealth, Patricia Scotland, to support efforts to address the environmental injustice that oil-bearing communities have been subjected to. Governor Diri made the appeal at the Commonwealth Secretariat in London, UK, on Thursday. He said the body's intervention is needed to successfully implement the report of the Bayelsa State Oil and Environmental Commission. He expressed the state's concern about Shell's planned divestment from its onshore operations, saying it is important that the transition does not allow the company to walk away from the environmental devastation it has caused over the years. It also said his administration is open to dialogue and will explore legal options if dialogue fails. Chinese firm Zhongshan Fucheng Industrial Investment Company Limited has released one of the 3 Nigerian Airbus A330 aircraft detained in France following a court order from a Paris judicial court. In a statement today, the company announced that it released one of the seized jets as a goodwill gesture ahead of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's meeting with French President Emmanuel Macron. Recall the 3 presidential jets were seized after an independent arbitral tribunal in the UK awarded Zhongshan about $74.5 million in compensation against the Ogun state government for revoking the company's contract in 2016. Now let's take a look at the international scene.
And now, we bring you news from around the world.
Gaza's ceasefire talks in Doha were paused today. Negotiators will meet again next week in search of an agreement to end fighting between Israel and Hamas and free the remaining hostages. This was contained in a joint statement between the US, Qatar, and Egypt. A recap of the news. On the news this evening, you heard a State High Court has ordered substituted service in the case against police presence at Rivers Council Secretariat. Appeal Court has lifted the order stopping 3 Rivers PDP chieftains from attending party meetings. Governor Fubara has ended contract extensions for retired permanent secretaries. On the foreign scene, Gaza's ceasefire talks in Doha were paused today and negotiators will meet again next week. The news was edited by Martha Okere. To reach the news team, send an SMS or WhatsApp to 0808 721 7215. I am Kalada Kurubatibo. Good evening to stay tuned.